Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Nikki A. And first of all, I just want to apologize because I know it has been a minute and a half since I have posted, and I had other videos planned. It was Real Housewives of Potomac related content, but it just got to the point where it just got too late to put that content out because I had ended up traveling, and then when I got back I wasn't feeling good, PMS and all of that, and then my cycle started, and yeah, that at this point it's too late. I mean, if y'all still want me to put that stuff out, please feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know. Maybe I might do some shorts or something along those lines, but at this point it's kind of moot. But I did want to pop in here today because I don't know if y'all know, but I am a huge fan of Monique. Now, I don't necessarily agree with everything she does, and I don't necessarily agree with everything she says, but overall, I love me some. I love me some Monique. So if you do not like Monique, I would, if you have ill feelings towards Monique, if you can't stand Monique, if you hate Monique, I would suggest that you probably click off of this video.
Because I said so.
Because this video is going to be more in favor of her. Not necessarily in favor, but it's going to be looking at the glass half full. This is definitely not going to be a video that is going to be downing her or being derogatory or demeaning toward her like I've been seeing a lot of people do. So if that's what you're looking for in this video, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you know right now, baby, you can go ahead and click off, because we're not doing that on this video. I just wanted to come in and share some different perspectives that I haven't been seeing in any of the videos that have been coming out lately, in regards to her, and in any of the comment sections that I have been seeing in regards to her. Like, y'all have just been, we gonna get into that, but I just wanted to come and give a different perspective and touch on some things that maybe y'all have not been seeing or just haven't paid attention to, and just kind of go from there and go in that direction with this video. So if y'all want to hear that, I hope that y'all stay. I hope that this video won't be too long, but y'all can still go ahead and get, your snacks, get you something to drink, get whatever it is that you do, and get into this video as we continue to talk about Miss Monique. And I can identify with Monique coming from, an exploitive and abusive background, finding it hard to trust people in your life and things of that nature, and also having an estranged relationship with a step parent, and just different things, just different things, and also having not the easiest relationship with my mom and things of that nature. I understand her a lot. We're also both from the DMV and whatnot, so there's just a lot of commonality between she and I. So I feel like I probably understand her from a point of view where probably most don't. Again, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with her all the time, but I can always understand her point of view. And recently, she has been, in the news, honey, because if you all remember when she did Club Shay Shay, she spoke on a situation where, if you don't know, she and her family were blackballed. And I think a lot of people miss out on that it wasn't just Monique that was blackballed. Her family was blackballed. Her family was involved in the things that happened to her. And as a family, when the people who are bringing in the income take a big hit, it also affects the children. It affects their education, it affects their well-being, it affects their health care. Like, it affects all of those things if you can't afford to take care of them the way that they've been getting taken care of, and you can't afford to get them the things that they need in order to even just properly survive. If you've ever been laid off or fired or whatever this, or you don't have had to quit for whatever reason, and you've been out of work for a while, you understand how those things take a toll. And so in Monique's case, she was blackballed. She and her husband were not able to work, and she was having a conversation at the time with Kevin Hart, and he offered to loan her some funds. Now, she says that she never asked for that. It was just offered. They accepted. Eventually, they paid it back. And then follow up, there was another conversation because in the midst of all of that, and the reason for her being blackballed is because she had called out Tyler Perry, Lionsgate, Oprah, she did the movie Precious, if you don't know, and they wanted her to promote the movie, although it wasn't in her contract and there was no funds being given to her for her to do that. So they wanted her to work for free, and she said no. And so because of that, they labeled her as being difficult to work with and blackballed her from the industry. And other things have come out where people like Oprah have taken opportunities and roles, jobs from her, which caused her again not to be able to work. So even within her being blackballed, those who wanted to offer her opportunities to kind of help her out and get her some income coming in, she couldn't even get that, because you've got people like Oprah coming around behind her back and snatching those roles from her. And who's going to go against Oprah, especially if the person trying to offer Monique the opportunity is not someone, at least at that time, of high stature, and they're trying to get their foot in the door. They don't want to mess up opportunities for themselves. Oprah is, HBIC, okay? So they're gonna, if Oprah says I want the role, they gonna give O the role, right? So through all of these things happening, we have a situation where, like Monique said, my family took a big hit. In the midst of all of this happening, there's conversations happening back and forth between Monique and the powers that be, and one of those powers that be being Tyler Perry. And Kevin Hart gets wind of this and basically tells Monique, I'm gonna call, Tyler for you. We gonna get this situated, whatever, what have you. Lo and behold, he calls Tyler Perry and calls Monique back and says Tyler doesn't want anything to do with it, but don't worry about Tyler. We're gonna work on a project together. I'm gonna finance it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So on and so forth. Monique says that sounds great, because we're trying to work with, I think is it Endemol is the company that they're working with. She said we're trying to get our show back. Monique gets a call from Endemol, and they say, well, we just heard from Kevin Hart, either Kevin Hart or his people, and they're saying that they're not doing anything with us. They, whatever, what have you. They don't want anything to do with this. And Monique tries to reach out to Kevin Hart. Not able to reach him. He never calls back. Fast forward to a couple of days ago, there was an event. I don't at this point recall the exact name of the event, but I think it was a comedic event. Chelsea Handler was there, and I'm going to go ahead and play what she said.
Here's how great Kevin is. He said, no problem, Chelsea, I got you. I'll just get you a gig on my movie. I said, great, behind the camera, in front, I don't care. I'll direct it if I have to. He said he'd even help me fill out the paperwork. I was so excited. He said, I got you, Chelsea. I got you. I got you. And that's when I learned that if you ask Kevin for a favor, you can always count on hearing these three words. I got you. And then you can count on never hearing from him again. That's ridiculous.
So then Monique sees this and is like, hey, that's what happened to me. See, I told y'all he does this. I told y'all he has a habit of doing this because he did it to me. See, I said this too. And then it comes out that it was just a joke. So first of all, I want to touch on that real quick, because nobody has touched on this. Nobody has commented on how disgusting, how lowbrow, how really condescending and demeaning it is to joke on somebody like that, especially while they're already down. Like, what a way to kick a person while they are already down. It was so unnecessary. And then it also lets you know the lack of balls that Kevin Hart has.
You full of shit. That's what you are. You full of shit.
Because instead of at least being like a DL Hughley, who I don't like either, instead of being like a DL Hughley and getting on a live or what have you to assert his feelings about whatever it is that Monique has said about him, you come at her like this. And what it reminds me of is like when somebody is getting jumped, you got that one person that comes from the back and gets their lick in real quick and then runs away. That's what this gives me. This gives me PUSSY. That's what this gives me. Okay? That's what this gives me. Kevin Hart, you ain't ish for that. And Chelsea Handler, I used to like you. I used to go up for you. You ain't ish either.
You are very old and you need to play your age and not 12. You're an old lady.
And here it is, because we're going to go there in this video. Here it is, we have a white woman and a black man going against a black woman, but don't none of y'all see that though.
What's not clicking?
And the crazy thing is, if this was a white woman, if this was reversed and Monique did this toward Chelsea Handler, y'all would be up Monique's so far. Every time she moves, she be out y'all toenails. Are y'all kidding me? And the only thing that y'all can focus on in regards to Monique is, oh, Monique couldn't say not even a letter about me after I loaned her some money. After I did something like that for you, you being ungrateful and all of these things.
Wait a damn minute.
And it's like, now wait a minute, I'm sorry, but for me, the way I see it, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comments. But for me, I feel like that's some BS, because you're not going to sit here and tell me that because somebody did a favor for me 2 years ago, that they stabbed me in the back tomorrow, I don't have the right to be upset.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
I don't have the right to feel away because they did a favor for me 2 years ago? No, that's not how that works. I'm sorry. Just because he did a favor for them once upon a time doesn't mean that they don't get to feel away when he shows his behind. Let's be very clear on that. And let's also be very clear on something else. For those of you that think that that mentality is okay, you're the reason why we have Diddies in the world.
The truth.
Because people like Diddy think that it's okay for them to treat people however it is they want to, and to treat people so disgustingly because they feel like it, because they can pay the bills. I guess y'all prefer a man like Kevin Hart, who cheats on the women that he's married to, but I guess it's okay. He can pay his bills, bitch. And he can pay hers too. It's okay if she gotta go to the hospital, because he can pay the hospital bill. It's okay. Right? Because that's what I'm getting in the comments. I saw someone say Monique needs to get over it because bad things happen in life and in business. That is what we are saying to this black woman. But when it's Cassie, and let me go ahead and say, because I don't want nobody jumping in my behind in the comments, I in no way, shape, or form think that Cassie deserved anything that has happened to her during her relationship with Diddy. It was horrible. Diddy is a monster, and he deserves whatever it is that he gets. Let me be very clear. But let me also say, if we can sit here and go up for Cassie and her having this lawsuit and her being paid off for the lawsuit, and the lawsuit is concerning things that happened years ago. This lady has escaped him, gotten away from him, however you want to word it. She has married someone. She has children with this person. She has moved on with her life, or at least is in the process of trying to move on with her life. But yet still filed this lawsuit because she's still a victim. And we go up for her. And we allow her to be a victim. And we allow her to have her moment. And we say, yes, Cassie, yes, girl, you go, girl, you better tell it. It don't matter how long it's been. Girl, you tell your truth. But when it's the fat black girl, when it's Monique, girl, you need to shut up. All you do is complain. All you want to do is be the victim. All you want to do is be the victim. You need to get over it. It happens. You need to let it go. Why you still talking about it? That's what we give her. And I don't want anybody in the comments talking about how you going to compare the physical abuse that Cassie went through to what Monique is talking about. First of all, abuse is abuse. We all know, if you dealt with narcissism and things of that nature, we all know that physical was not the only form of abuse. And to be very clear, to lash out at someone because they did not want to work for free, and you block them from being able to so you say, so since you don't want to work for free, you ain't gonna work at all. That's abuse. Period. I want y'all to understand that is a form of abuse. We can sit up here with Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac when G drained her accounts and all of that because she was cheating on him. But that's a whole nother, we're not even going. But y'all can sit there and be like, that's financial abuse. That's financial abuse. So y'all understand that there's other points and other forms of abuse. So I don't want to hear in the comments that I'm reaching or anything like that. Because when you withhold something from someone because you don't like something that they did, which is what G did to Mia with the funds, which is exactly what Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and everybody else that's involved is doing to Monique, it's abuse. But it's okay for other people to rest in their victimhood and to be and to want some sort of compensation and for their abuse and for the victimization. But because Monique wants it, she's doing too much. The other thing that I want to comment on before I get up out of here on this video is the other comments that I'm seeing in regards to Sid, her husband. I see a lot of people saying things like, it's crazy that she's calling him daddy and he can't even take care of his family. It's crazy that she's calling him daddy and he can't even pay his bills. I would never be in a situation with a man that can't pay his bills. An adult should be able to pay his bills and should be able to take care of his family. All of these different things. And every single time I see this and every single time I hear this, the thing that I have to ask is, how do you know? How do you know that that man doesn't have any money? Do you have his checking account and his routing number? How do you know? Y'all don't know what that man's what his funds are. You don't know what funds he brought into the marriage. You don't know what their funds as a family look like when the black ball hit. You don't know what their financial and what their family plan was when the black ball hit. It could have been a situation where he exhausted all of his funds trying to protect hers. And that could be why he might not have a coin right now, or may not have nearly as many coins as he used to, because he used all of his coins to protect hers, which could also be why he went ahead and accepted the loan. Mind you, let's not forget the fact that the loan was offered. It was not asked for, it was offered, and they accepted it. Let's also, real quick here, segue into the fact that they also paid that loan back with interest, which tells me that money was flipped, baby. They did with that money what was supposed to be done with it, and probably made back at least double, if not more, off of what was loaned to them, to be able to pay back what was loaned to them plus additional. But y'all don't want to give Sid credit for that. And I'm sure he probably does deserve credit for that. But y'all don't want to give him credit for that. Y'all just want to down him and degrade him and demean him because he took a loan. I remember I saw a comment and it said, I remember my dad, he worked 2 and 3 jobs to make sure that me and my mom had food on the table and da-da-da. But he would never put us in a situation where he would have to go to another man and ask him for some money to take care of his family. And to that, I said, well, your dad would have been blessed to be able to have access to those jobs and that employment to be able to provide for his family. But there are circumstances in which people do not have access to that. So if someone does not have access to employment and they've exhausted all of their savings, what do you want someone to do? And for someone who does not live, for people who do not live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, when it comes down to that, you usually do go get a loan from another man, and his name is Uncle Sam.
Now, see, let's use our brain.
Well,
Whether it's from your 401k, whether it's from, whether you go to the bank and you take out a loan, whatever the situation may be, you are going to another nigga to get some money. But when you live the lifestyle like that, and you know people who live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, you don't have to go to Uncle Sam. You could just go to your good friend Kevin Hart, which they didn't even go to him for that. But if you have people around you that are like, because I've had people like that. It might not be $300K, but I've been down bad. And I've had people in my life and I've had friends that have been down bad. I've paid bills before. I've bought groceries before. I've bought clothes before. I've put gas in tanks before. And I didn't even ask to be paid back. So I think for me, I personally think it's humble for if a man knows what the financial situation is, to be humble enough and to bite his pride and be like, let me go ahead and take this loan so I can make sure my family is good, because I cannot do it all on my own right now. And sometimes you cannot. And to try to force that onto a man just simply because he's a man and he has a dick and balls in between his legs, I don't think that that's fair. And y'all don't know what Monique and Sid's situation was at the time in which these conversations happened with Kevin Hart. You don't know where they were. You don't know where they were, and you don't know why they were there where they were. You don't have access to their bank accounts. You don't have access to their statements. You don't have the checking and the routing number.
you don't know how it is.
So stop sitting there and judging them and spewing all of this venom at them and all of this the vitriol in the comments for this man and this woman is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. The abusive language that I have seen in these comments, and y'all wonder why the black community does not get support out from other communities outside of the black community, because look at how we treat each other. Look at how we treat each other. If this was a white woman, the white community would not, they would be behind her 100,000,000%. Until there was something substantial that they would have to back away. And there hasn't really been anything substantial enough for me personally to be like, now if something came out where it was like, Sid was putting his hands on Monique, or if something came out like his bank account been at $0 since 1982, like if it was stuff like that, or Sid was putting his hands on Monique's kids, he put hands on the twins, here go here's the doctor, bills, or whatever the situation may be, right? Here go the prescription for the pain meds, whatever the situation may be, right? If it was that, then I'd be like, okay, I would be making different videos. But I don't feel like there has been enough information that has come out regarding Monique and Sid and their situation to have this much vitriol and this much hatred being spewed toward them in these videos and in these comment sections. And I choose to keep it on the positive side when it comes to them and on the supportive side, because I never know what type of how I'm gonna find myself financially in the future. And I wouldn't want anybody to judge me for any type of moves that I may feel that I have to make in order to survive. And you have to realize that at one point, Monique can see it, we're just trying to survive. And when you're trying to survive, you will make decisions that you wouldn't normally make. I want to touch on one more thing really quick. I know it's going to be somebody silly, but in the comments that's like, well, how come she could accept the $300K from Kevin Hart, but not the $500K from Netflix?
You don't know what you talking about. You don't know what you talking about.
And the reason why is because y'all have to realize that the $300K was a loan. She didn't have to work for that. She didn't have to sign any contract for that. There were no terms and conditions. The $500K from Netflix came with terms and conditions that she would not be able to work or do anything else. All she would be able to do was a Netflix project. That was the only income that she was going to be able to bring in. So when we think about that, and she's not able to work or doing anything else, she's only getting the $500K. Uncle Sam is probably going to take $300 of that off top. She might be left with $200 to $250. Before we even get to the household, we got to pay stylists. We got to pay hairstylists. We got to pay makeup artists. If she has an agent, we got to pay agent. Yes, she has to pay Sid. And real quick, let me break off from that real quick. Y'all want to sit up here and y'all want to have this attitude, this air, this stank on y'all because she's his manager. He's her client as well as he is her employee, but it's a mutual work relationship. Y'all don't know what his percentage is. He might get 5%. Because he might have said, I don't really want to manage you for the money. So give me as a low percentage as possible. He could have said, I don't want to manage you for the money. I just want to be the body in the room that's going to support you because I'm tired of you getting played. So I only need 5% off of, whatever you get. I don't need, if you can give me less than that, you can give me less than that. I just want to be the body in the room. I'm not worried about money because he could have been financially okay when they set all of this up. I don't need the money. I just want to be the body in the room. But if we got to do it legally, if we have to do it legally, if we have to be, have contracts, give me 5%, I'm Gucci. Y'all don't know what this man's percentage is. The fudge out of here. But yes, Sid gets whatever his percentage is off of that $200 to $250. And whatever it is that she has to pay, whether it's venues, whatever it is that she has to pay for when it comes to the actual work and her celebrity and her brand. The business part of it, she has to put money in there. Then we get to mortgage if her house isn't paid off yet. Homeowners insurance, car insurance if they have newer cars, if they have insurance. Well, you got to pay the insurance. Car note, I meant to say if they have, newer car. Then we got to pay tuition. Tuition is monthly. They got 2 kids. You got to pay for transportation. Let's go back to work. You got to pay for transportation. You got to fly out to wherever you're flying to get to interviews or to do gigs or whatever the situation may be. You have to pay for the food while you're there. You got to pay for the hotels or the Airbnb, whatever the accommodations are. That $250 gone like that, baby. And then she's not allowed to do anything else for the rest of the year or however long they contractually have obligated her to this project. Y'all are not being fair when it comes to Monique. And I wanted to address that because I know somebody who's going to say that. And that's why I left it until the end. But, that's honestly really it. I just wanted to come in here and, really get that off my chest because I've just been seeing a lot go down in these videos and a lot in these comment sections, and I just feel like Monique is not getting a fair shake. I feel like y'all are being really hard on her, and I'm not saying that you have to agree with her. I'm not saying that you have to like her. I'm not saying that you have to love her. But all I'm saying is at least be fair. But y'all go ahead and get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Please be nice. If I do see anything that's a little bit too crazy, your comment may go missing, okay? If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please go ahead and hit it on your way out. And don't forget to share the video and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one.